The glory of saints and great souls is so immense that whether one has to make efforts or bow down or put in any amount of effort, one should never hesitate in doing so. That the proximity of a sage is your greatest treasure. Siyavar Ramchandra ki Jai. In today's edition of Maanas for Maanush, we will go through the Sundarkand Doha number 5, Chaupai number 2, through which we will appreciate that we should make every effort to receive company of the learned greats. Ram Ram tehi sumiran kinha, hriday harash kapi sajan chinha, ehi san hat kari hum pahichani, sadhu te hoye na karaj hani. You must have certainly heard a moral story in your childhood. Near a city, there lived a sage. He had attained many siddhis, that is, spiritual powers. Because of those siddhis, he would resolve the problems of the people. As a result, his fame began to spread rapidly in the surrounding areas. When the king heard about him, he sent a messenger to meet the sage. When the sage asked the purpose, it was explained that the king is greatly impressed by your knowledge and wishes to learn it from you. The sage refused to come to the palace and said that if the king wants to learn, he must come to him for learning. Hearing this, the king got angry and ordered his soldiers to take the sage prisoner and put him in the jail if he was not ready to come to his palace. When the soldiers conveyed the king's decision to the sage, he voluntarily accepted to become a prisoner. In the jail, he was subjected to various kinds of tortures. At the same time, he was also tempted that if he accepted to come to the royal court, he would be given wealth, grains, and land as gifts. Thousands of elephants, horses, and cows will also be given. Yet, the sage did not agree to go to the court. When the soldiers reported that despite such torture and temptations, the sage remained steadfast, and if further tortures were given, he would not survive, the king, exhausted, devised a plan. He disguised himself as an extremely impoverished man and went to the jail. He pleaded with the sage, asking him to teach his knowledge. The sage kept the king with him and taught him his vidya. The king was greatly astonished that the sage, after such temptations and tortures, was not willing to give his knowledge to a king, but he so easily taught it to a beggar. Just as he was about to ask the guru, the sage said, "Get up, O king. I know everything about you. I only wanted to teach you this much. When you are asking something from someone, you should bow down to ask. You were unable to bow down due to your pride. That is why my knowledge was not reaching you. Once you bowed down, I also gave you my knowledge." The verse of Subhashit Sudha Nidhi teaches us the importance of bowing, that is, humility. Nayasya viniyo moolam viniyah shastra nishchayah viniyo hi indriyajayah tat yuktah shastra mrichhati. The essence of polity is humility. The greatness of humility is enshrined in our scriptures. It is this humility that enables victory over the senses. Only a person endowed with such humility is capable of studying the scriptures. To gain knowledge and the association of the good, if we have to bow down, then we should bow down. This truth was also known to Hanuman, the son of Anjani, and thus he did so to meet Vibhishan. Goswami Ji states, Ram Ram tehi sumiran keenha, hriday harash kapi sajan cheenha, ehi san hat kari hum pahichani, sadhu te hoye na karaj hani. As soon as Vibhishan woke up from his slumber, he recited Rama's name. Hanuman was very delighted in his heart, recognizing Vibhishan as a nobleman. He thought that he would recognize this great soul through his own efforts, because establishing contact with a sage brings no harm to any work, but only benefits. The glory of saints and great souls is so immense that whether one has to make efforts or bow down or put in any amount of effort, one should never hesitate in doing so. The knowledge gained from them will be your true wealth, which no thief can steal, no enemy can destroy. It does not fade away with time, and no one can forcibly separate it from you. So what lessons do we learn from today's Chaupai? That the proximity of a sage is your greatest treasure. And if you need to bow down to attain it, you should not hesitate to do so. Baba's Brahmagyan today is dedicated to the Satsangis. Everyone likes the company of good people, whether it's a child, an elderly person, or a young one. Not just humans, even animals understand the difference between good and bad individuals. They sense who is their well-wisher and who might harm them. Animals also prefer to approach those who are pure at heart. See how today's era Jamvant is meeting Mahatma Ji.
जामवंत जी को दे रहे हैं किसे देकर बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है, मुझको बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं। कैसे पकड़ के, अरे देखो गुरु जी कैसे पकड़ के रखते हैं, देखो गुरु जी क्या नाम बोले ये जामवंत जी? सोनू मोनू है। अच्छा ये सोनू मोनू है। आप पहचान दे तो कौन सा सोनू है कौन सा मोनू है? ये सोनू है ये मोनू। अच्छा ये वाला सोनू है, हाँ वो वाले मोनू। चलो भागा।
सब प्रश्नों का हल है मानस, दुर्बल का भी बल है मानस, सबके लिए हितकारी, तो बोलो मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, द्रबहु सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी।